So this is a quick video, either before I take a shower or take a nap, one or the other. But I was recently asked about which high schools and stuff I went to, and I'm just bringing it up because it's like it's something in everything that you do. What school you go to, what location you live in, this, that, and the third, whatever. Didn't know. Now I'm knowing and understanding a little bit better, but still don't really know. Like, what's going on with my lip? Mm. But so I did bounce around. I went to three different high schools. I went to three different middle schools technically, because one I did move to Georgia, stay on the military base and stuff like that. Elementary schools. Yep, I went to. I stayed at one for the last 3 years. It was more stable, but before that, I went to another one, a little magnet school, and then before that, I think I went to some kind of Head Start. Anyways, like I said, I'm just saying, I'm just talking about that. Okay, just got off the conference call, and she was just talking about the next 35 days, which lands you at January 12th. That's a couple days after my birthday, baby. I'm at the point where, yes, I'm just feeling drained. Like, I'm so glad my nails growing out, though. Ain't gonna lie about that part. Yeah, they little nails, but they ain't been biting them as much. I think I bit one down yesterday. But it's because I've been in a relaxed state. I ain't felt that anxiety and stuff to where I gotta, I'm going to check the mailbox and this person gonna see me. I'm going to cut the grass, and it's just, I don't know. That part felt better and felt different. Yes, I feel secure. I'm not saying I feel more secure or as secure as I want to, but I definitely feel secure. But at the same time, I don't know what's happening, what's coming up. Had some dream too previously known so-called mom, and then she's just steady calling me by the short version of my name. It's getting on my nerves in the dream. It gets on my nerves in real life because it just gives y'all don't have no type of respect for me, period. You don't want to correct your tongue. You don't want to correct the way you live. You just want somebody to do what you want them to do. In the dream, I think she was asking me, do I have a phone? And also some kids on some bikes in their old neighborhood. Well, I don't know what it is, but the last neighborhood that I knew them to live in before this one. And I think I was pushing some kids. It was like two kids on one bike or whatever. I don't know. Um, but the one thing when I went somewhere the other day with somebody, and I be knowing I'm gonna see somebody, it's like this town gotta be that small, or either the same people stay on the same side of town or whatever until they get older and all of that, whatever. But ran into somebody, and I don't know her well, but this person said they graduated in 2008. I graduated in 2005, but I remember names, I remember faces, and of course she's more mature now, looks older. Well, I was like, "Hey, how you doing? I think you go to such and such school." And I just feel like even mentioning that school within 7 days of each other, at this point, ran into somebody from that school. So, um, she was like, "Yeah, I did do whatever, whatever." And then the first thing she mentioned was about this girl who's deceased now. Well, I think she mentioned her sister first, and then she mentioned, in which I mentioned it on a video about a month ago, because I think it happened about a month ago. And I've seen it on the news. Out of all the things to see on the news, especially since I haven't been like at a stable place anymore, sitting and keeping up on the news like I used to. That's what you brought up. But you brought up the sister and the family and stuff like that, and how they doing or whatever. I can imagine that them people not taking it good. As far as that girl's passing, that was crazy. Oh, excuse me. But it's not just one to mention. And again, it gets very much creepy. It gets very much. This stuff is deep, deeper than what we know, what we think. Then I be too busy trying not to go off the deep end. Oh my goodness. So yeah. Look at that definition in them cheekbones. Anyway, but yeah, I be trying not to go out to the edge. My hair is looking like it's looking Don King type. But I be trying not to go off the deep end. But it's just so much, man. And it's so much at this point to try to keep up with. There's so much witchcraft and sorcery and all that in this world. And I mean, it's all, of course, it's demonic. Oh, I'm like, what's going on with my eye? But yeah, it's demonic. And sometimes you focus more on that, calling it that, witchcraft and this and the third, and forget that it's demonic spirits, demonically charged folk. They want to be vessels used for dishonor, and they want to be vessels and pawns that the enemy uses. You know, so I say it's creepy, it's scary. I'm trying to reach out to my daughter, haven't heard back from her again. I told her yesterday, can you just, hey, in the midst of what you're doing, you can just send me a message. I'm at the point, I'm not exhausted with it, but I'm getting tired of saying that over and over. Like, girl, just reach out. It's not that hard. Just make contact. Just keep me posted. Let me know what's going on. I imagine you're busy, but that's what I'm saying. The things that's keeping her busy with this worldly stuff, carnal stuff. I just pray to God continue to intervene because I'm not with it. It's not what I trained and it's not what I want for my children's lives. Yes, I want success for their lives, but I don't want it just any type of way. Then I see my son evidently got a new phone number or something like that. He sent his phone number to himself. He might have been sending it so I could have it. Okay, great. I'm not, it's not that I did it with my daughter. I'm not calling that phone and this, then, and the third. Hopefully sooner than later that I see my boys and it don't be all this time past. But I just ask the God be with me because I miss my children. I miss my children and want to be with them. But I do have to tend to myself. I can't just do. I know I can't just do everything for them. What I got going on now is only temporary. So even if I was to see them now, I'm not gonna say it's gonna push back, but it could just interfere with. She. It could just ruffle some feathers, of course, but I don't like it because it's been a month since I've been around my boys, and then people blatantly telling them, don't talk to me for no reason. I can see if don't talk to her because she threatened y'all, she threatened to kill y'all, she threatened this, then the third, whatever. And I'm going to that extreme because that's what they have been trying to say or get at. But don't speak to her because of she abused y'all, she this, then the third. No, don't speak to her because she's a woman of God and we want to live like how we want to live and we want to keep y'all conformed and uh, it definitely disgusts me. So of course I stay prayed up, but this is the toughest thing ever. This is the toughest thing. Patiently waiting to see how God get His glory and how He deal with these people that's just sick. Jesus came for those who are sick. So hey. You would think some of them would go ahead and turn to him, but they still do what they do. You would think after somebody lost 5, 6 people within a year's time frame that they would just be like, "Oh, I will never do that again." Or I will never engage or participate in stuff like that. Calm down, pipe. Absolutely not. Continue, continue to win hard. You would think that people that was away from my children for years on end and should still be, if you ask me, would pipe down. No, baby. They're going hard. Anyways, not going to complain, speak too much about that because that's not even what I got on here for. Man, was getting on here about the girl who brought up the first thing you bring up is about somebody dying. That's not what I asked you. Did you go to that school for? That, like, literally. I just remembered a familiar face and I'm asking you, did you go to such and such? I wasn't finna ask you about that girl. That just gives y'all all be having something to do, contribute to something with somebody who went to a certain school, was at a certain location. I don't know. Maybe different than y'all. I don't know. Probably you was jealous or envious of the person, the way they carried. Because I remember how that girl carried herself. She was like what they call like eccentric or like, what is it, eclectic? I don't know, but like Dennis Rodman type, and that's how it be. That's why I'm just like, you know what? I am going to fully rely on God because these people are strange, scary, and it seemed like no matter where I turn, I find stranger and scarier. It's like y'all ain't no different than them. This is y'all's norm. Like literally, I went in a cannabis district can't even talk, a cannabis dispensary the other day with the warlock dude, and so I knew, you know what I'm saying, I knew what type of environment I was walking in, but it was just like, baby, they got it set up real nice, real fly in there. It's like trying to be very welcoming and like, yeah, this is what we supposed to be doing. And I was, when he was smoking, I was definitely almost catching contacts or whatever, but I didn't get high or anything like that. But it was trying to press on me like, yeah, go ahead and join us. It was other stuff that he was telling me that I need to do and should do. Get beads, get beads, get he's still reaching out to me, stuff like that. But get beads, get the crystals and all this stuff. I'm good. You go ahead. You want to be a warlock in training or whatever I want to call him on it, but I haven't said anything. I just left it alone. It's just like, but when he stayed here, he definitely had the hardest time sleeping and whatever the case was. And that's when I was like, and that reminded me of dude back in the day. Like he would sleep, but he still would. It was something. Anyway, um, it just made me realize and remember I do not want to be laying beside anybody that cannot sleep peacefully and they got to do all that tossing and turning and stuff through the night because it's noisy for me. I'm so sensitive to sounds because being a mother, I was my ears trained to hear my kids and stuff like that for the most part, unless I'm in a deep, deep, deep sleep. But he was doing all that, and I was just like, mm-mm. But yeah, he was telling me to get the beads and the crystals and all this stuff. But when I spoke about Masonic stuff, um, he was like, "Oh yeah, you need to run from that." And so I don't know. I don't know what all it got to do. What all this stuff got to do with this stuff is wild to me. I'm still basically clueless on some stuff. God has revealed and shown me some stuff, but some stuff is just maybe it's just reserved or. But yeah, but I just feel like yes, they're definitely trying to pull my children into it and make it glamorize it, and to the point where you try to get them, they so used to it and they so sucked in, of course you wanna, we gotta do a sacrifice at this point. Who gonna be the sacrifice? Who gonna be the father? No, none of them. Bind, rebuke, cancel, and denounce regarding all my children. I prayed and protected and watched, and you know what I'm saying, prayed over my daughter, her being in a different environment this whole time. And I'm going to continue to do the same for my son. And I want to be in the right mind to do it. And I don't want to be a reprobate minded person. Like, I gotta accept the things and the ways of the world, and I don't even want to try to blend in. Like, I'm not trying to even be around people so I can stand out like a quote unquote sore thumb, but I don't want to blend in with y'all. Like, I don't want to conform that bad. I don't want to conform to that stuff. And I'm not fronting. The pressure is definitely on to do those things, but that's not what I feel like I'm called to do at this point. I don't necessarily know anymore what my calling is or feel like I know, but I know it's got to do with giving God the glory, and I know it's got to do with submitting to His will for my life, which I feel like is definitely tough in the world we live in because so many people want you. Oh no, go ahead. It's just like peer pressure. Go ahead and try this. It ain't gonna hurt you. I'm good on it because baby, the moment when I do give in, some wicked stuff be happening for real, and it feel like worse stuff be happening to me than what happens to y'all when y'all do it. And and that's funny because it's like, yeah, they let you know if everybody said they're gonna jump off the roof or whatever, you don't need to be doing it. You got to be that one, and that's tough because you're like, dang, everybody else doing it, they landing properly, they cutting flips, they, whatever. But me, I'm breaking all my limbs when I do it. Or if I do it, should I say not when? Because I don't intend on. Oh, my privacy ain't hanging out. But anyways, not me over here looking like Krusty the Clown. But I'm just trying to get out of that anyway, like, cause my hair is thick and it's beautiful. It's, even if I'm not styling it right now. But that's pretty much it. I just was almost like, why is that the first thing you thinking about is the deceased girl? Like, yeah, I wasn't. I don't even think I was going to ask her about that girl. It just gives. I guess y'all all know what's going on, and I don't. Yeah, I'm the one that's not in the know, and I feel like I don't think I want to know because y'all. I mean, at the same time, I feel like I kind of know, and it's like it's just given. Like it's still something that I don't want no parts of, and it doesn't terrify me like that because God is with me, but it's like a scary thing to think about. It's like, Lord, when is it gonna end? What needs to? How do we clean it? Not even we, because I don't feel like nobody else is trying to clean it up. But how do we clean this up? How do we fix this? I mean, I'm one person. I'm still trying to train my children even from a distance. Please don't engage in all that. Please don't accept every invite you receive. Please, please, please just trust God. All that said, baby.